Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 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 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Jason.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Just
nice.
Yeah.
What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
I just got over a cold. I was sick on Monday, Tuesday, and finally feeling better.
It sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you are on this call because I am in Vietnam and I've just learned that I'm not able to start a Google Hangout from Vietnam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I had to pull open the VPN and play around with this a little bit to get it to work. But fingers crossed that this does the trick.
Yeah, it worked fine for me.
Good. And that's all that matters, man. This could just be our hang.
You're not using Slackbot anymore?
So the Slack bot can start a Hangout, but it cannot start a Hangout on air.
Okay.
Do you know the difference? Because
No.
Because I don't. I guess the Hangout on air is recorded, and the Hangout is not recorded.
Okay.
And so last time our Hangout didn't record, which was annoying to me. That annoyed me. Technology.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but obviously, way to go. You've got a lead in the pipe, which is a good sign. And here's to many more of those for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
It was total coincidence. It's kind of funny. But I'll take it.
I don't believe in coincidences. No, actually, I only believe in coincidences. But this one was a good one.
I mean, we were talking last week, I think it was like Tuesday or something, about changing my position to, the subscription box service. And then 2-3 days later, I had an email from a subscription box service. So it was just kind of
there's this thing called the Meinhof Bader effect. and the idea about hear more to you after you've already made a decision. So like if you bought a Toyota Corolla, you'd start seeing a bunch of Toyota Corollas on the road everywhere.
Yeah. You're kind of cutting out.
I am. That sucks. This is pretty good internet here. So I moved. I'm in Vietnam now, and this is a new place, a new internet connection. It's pretty fast most of the time. So, like I said, fingers crossed. I hope it works. And if it's kind of sucking, what I'll do is I'll just drop my video, and everyone else will just get the better feed, and I'll lower my bandwidth.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So as for you, like, now that you've got an idea of what you want to pursue, have you started making a list of some other companies you can reach out to?
No, not yet.
All right, that'll be your homework.
All right. Yeah, I'm really like trying to focus on this right now. So I got that call tomorrow, and I put like a list of questions together, just so I had, an idea of what I want to talk about.
Yeah. Just remember, tomorrow your job is not. You're not going to be talking about yourself at all. You're really just trying to get information out of these folks.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's so easy to pitch, right? Like that's the default, is to try and win the sale. But if you try and win the sale, then you're not gonna get enough information to be able to either win it, or even if you do win it, to do the project really well.
Yeah. Okay. So just keep asking questions and.
Yeah, and keep the conversation short. Let them know that it's just going to be a 15-minute conversation, right? So you're doing two things. Number one, you're showing them that your time is valuable, and number two, you're basically forbidding yourself from giving away free consulting, which is what would happen if you stayed on the phone for longer than 15 minutes. You'd start solving their problems.
Okay. So is it?
Yeah.
Would it be okay to tell them like what the point of the call is? Or
oh yeah, definitely. Be honest. Just I'm going to turn my camera off. Tell them, that you've worked with companies similar to them, and the way you usually determine whether there's a fit is you ask a small series of questions, and that's what you're doing today.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I'm assuming that they know you worked with that other client.
Yes, they do. That's kind of how they found me.
Yeah. So that's really all they need to know about you, is that you've done this before.
Okay.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah, thanks.
And it's not like you haven't landed work before. You're just kind of like you're evolving a little bit. That's all.
Right. It's just a different process or a different approach.
Yeah. But just remember you're a kick-ass consultant, and you don't need this project. You're the prize.
Yep. All right.
There'll be plenty of subscription-based business owners that you'll be talking to in the next couple months.
All right.
Well, let's see. We're 10 minutes into what should be a hangout, and I haven't seen any heads up in the Slack channel except for the two guys who aren't going to be here. So okay. Well, I didn't. Did you? I can't remember. I think you posted a post, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
I see it. Bum, 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 bum. Have you put this online anywhere?
no.
Hey man, I say go for it. Just like if you don't, I don't know what your website looks like right now, but I sound like a broken record, but I would just slap this on a personal Medium account, just to like, if you ever, eventually you'll have like a collection of these kinds of posts, and then you can just, if anybody has any questions about what do you know about this business, then you can just point them to that. You don't even need any marketing. You just need kind of like your thought leadership for right now.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Is,
Medium is, what's that?
is Medium better for getting traffic to like your?
It's good for getting traffic, and it's also it's distractionless, right? So it's just about the writing.
Okay.
There's no way that you can't design Medium, and I think a lot of designers they get themselves they fall down a rabbit hole of like playing with their own website, which isn't what I want you guys doing right now.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want you thinking, writing, reaching out to people, that kind of thing.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I don't have a blog or anything. I mean, it would only take like a couple minutes to set up, but I'll
Yeah.
do the Medium account.
Yeah. It's like a Mr. Miyagi thing, Like I just want you focusing on painting the fence, and then we'll worry about the ass kicking. Actually, we won't worry about the ass kicking. It'll just be you'll be surprised. You'll just be able to kick ass.
All right.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Well, if no one else is going to show, that's no big deal to me. We'll keep it nice and short. And you and I have been conversing all week too, so that makes it really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have any other questions?
Um, I guess maybe questions about some of the questions I might be asked tomorrow,
Hell
or
yeah.
not the questions, but like the responses I might get, and like
Yeah.
how
Do you want to role play a little bit?
um we could try.
You said that you've got a list of questions. You could try asking me those questions, and
Okay.
I'll do my best to pretend that I have their business.
All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna go into like I guess give an intro to myself, brief, and just tell them that this is a call to determine if we're a good fit, and I'd like to learn more about your business and some of the problems that you're facing, and I'd just like to start off with asking you about your business. What exactly do you do?
Okay. Well, my partner and I we've been running this subscription box service for the last 9 months, and it's going pretty well. But I think that we're getting to that point where we could think a little bit more about our branding and our website. And we saw some of the work that you do with one of your past clients, and we heard good things. So that's why we called you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
um, so should I talk about that business or
Nope.
that project?
Fuck no. No. It's all questions, man.
So then you just jump into the next question.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like nobody wants to talk about themselves, but it's imperative that you win that game of not talking about yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Muti's here.
Yeah. Hi, Movie.
Hi.
Hi. I'll let her know what we're doing here. So Mike has a call on Friday, and there was no one else on the Hangout, so I suggested that we just role play that call a little bit. So we
Well,
were
as you were.
pretending to be on that call. You there?
Yep, I'm there. Just
Okay. Okay, cool. Well, we'll put that on pause for a moment, and just know that I'm not running my video for the time being. I don't know if my internet connection is strong enough to handle all these video feeds, but whatever. So you did a really good job, movie, on your homework assignment this week, and I really appreciate that.
thank you. I actually updated my my little page. It looks a bit more swish now.
Is did you get that online by any chance?
It's online. Yes, it is. Hang on. Screen again. Can't see you guys. Yep, it's futureproofpublishing.com.
Okay.
So that's online now.
You're gonna make me type a
I'm
URL.
actually looking where how do I put this? Oh God, that is so
Future Proof
not.
Publishing. That's a cool URL.
Yeah, I have to think of something.
Ah. Okay. So this is your Slack community.
Yeah.
And so what I was interested in was, had you gotten your post online yet?
No, my first post is online. Yeah.
Okay.
The second one I'm working on has been the first one was published in ebooks, online learning. It was is a LinkedIn group, but
Okay.
they're not very chatty. I've joined a lot of groups, and they tend to post very sporadically, like once a week they'll post a link, just interesting articles they found,
Uh-huh.
but they don't really discuss.
Yeah.
So
But that might be a good thing for you, right? Like, so there are these groups that have members, but there's no real thought leadership. Well, that sounds like an opportunity.
but I don't want to be the one just barging in and sounding opinions. Here's me and my opinions. It's
Yeah,
you
of
know
course. It's
it's
for the
me with the supple game. You know,
right.
I've been a member of many online communities, so it's like you need a bit
Yeah.
of a dialogue before you can come in
Yeah.
with those
Uh,
opinions. I thought just creating like a Slack group where people are chatting. You know, like Tech
uh-huh.
London is a great community that I'm part of, and we're just chatting. We're not selling. We're just talking. You know.
Do you have any members yet in that Slack community?
It's literally just gone online today
Okay.
before I use the app. So then I'll be publishing it to these open communities that list all the Slack communities.
Yeah.
Uh, Publish it on
What
LinkedIn. That's where my former colleagues are, and they'll be interested.
Well, I hope so. One of the caveats is that you're talking to people about technology, and they're not technologically savvy. So you've got kind of a catch-22 there. So you're asking people to be technologically savvy when you already know that they're probably not going to be. So just kind of
I think the editors and things like that, they're not going to be on it. But
uh-huh.
they just edit. That's all they do. I mean, they're not really involved in the business of publishing. Whereas I
Okay.
know for a fact that business information people, they are all over Twitter. They're scanning their competitors' accounts. They love this stuff. They would love an excuse to use the web version of Slack and just
Okay. Okay. Well,
and
here is my next assignments for you. I would like you to get any of your thought leadership that you've been creating so far in our private channel. I'd like you to get that online publicly. I'd like
okay.
you to if you don't have your own blog, then just jump onto medium.com, publish there,
I
and if
do. I do. I set it up. I mean, I've had my site up for a while. It hasn't got much on it, but I put the blog section live now.
okay,
So it's
we'll just
an article. I'll work on the
it's
second. Wild.media.
uh-huh.
So
Just try and stay focused on the writing aspect, and don't get bogged down by anything else.
okay.
And then if you like happen to see questions that
Okay.
are online, now you've got something you can point to. Obviously, you want to answer questions in wherever you find them. But instead of answering 3,000 words on a post, you can answer 200 words and then say, hey, if you'd like to read more, I wrote an article about it.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. And your other assignment, and I think this is, I know Mike he's focusing on this call that's coming up Friday, but I think for both of you guys, I think you both got a good solid niche. I would like to see you schedule a webinar this next week. You're going to push out the date, maybe like a month or something like that. But what you do by putting this out to the world is that you put pressure on yourself to learn more and then to tell people about it.
Okay.
And the webinar is it's going to be based on something that you write over the next month.
Okay.
That's your topic. You obviously get to choose, and it'll probably be like a summary of all the things that you've been learning over the last month or so.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So it's all about the pressure, right? Like you're not doing this to win business, but this is the kind of thing that you have to do to win business, and the sooner you get in the habit of doing this, the better off you're going to be.
Okay.
Cool. And I'll show you guys some good webinar software. Obviously, you can use Hangouts on Air. Yeah, but your mileage may vary. So I'd probably recommend using. Gosh, let me take a look at what the software is called.
Okay, I thought it was actually something called Gash, and I was like, that's a terrible name.
It isn't. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, I thought it was GASH. I was like, no, that's just not good.
That's not working for you.
Might be a UK thing, but.
Yeah, so I don't have the software up right now, but I'll post it to the Slack channel after we're off the call here.
I've done a lot of web meetings with Citrix GoTo.
Oh, if you have GoToMeeting, that's fine, but it's very expensive. So I was going to recommend
the version now. That was when I was working in my big company.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah, I'd love to see what links you have for that.
So it's a piece of software that I promise not only will it's just very easy to use, and it makes webinars fun.
Okay.
So I just can't remember the name off the top of my head because I haven't used this software in a couple months.
And probably really random as well, like Candy or something.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm going through some my emails to see if I could find it, but I don't see it right now. Anyway, Muthi, did you have any other questions about your the groups that you found this week or anything else?
No, that was just my observation, was that they weren't very chatty, and so that was why I did the Slack thing. I do have the thing with niching is academic publishing is like pretty much owned by 5 companies right now, so I'm a bit concerned that I may have niched a little too far. Unless I can get repeat business from them.
Well, maybe the future isn't publishing houses. Maybe the future is independent publishing.
Okay, that's fine. Right. Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like instead of working with the publishing companies, which obviously is not a bad thing, but
yeah, I think that would actually be more flexible. They tend to be. I mean, small companies tend to be a lot more flexible in their ability to change things and do things.
Exactly. So you'd have a pretty big competitive advantage.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, no, I was like, well, we just need to get started with something and see how it goes and change.
Yeah, it's like weight training.
Yeah.
It's better to get warmed up before you start lifting heavy weights.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been doing. We've been, if nothing else, practicing thinking about what a market might look like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mike and I have been we've been talking about this call that he's got on Friday, and I want to kind of bring him back into the conversation here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught this, but he switched positions.
Oh no, I didn't see that. What's your position now, Mike?
I'm doing subscription box services.
Yes, I did see something about subscription boxes. Yeah. Okay. What kind of subscription boxes? I mean, I'm guessing online subscription boxes, not things I get in the post, right?
Right, like you know, the companies like that you pay, you know, a monthly fee and you get a box of
Oh,
goods.
okay, yeah, those ones like Grays.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a popular one, a Birch box. Uh,
Dollar Shave Club.
yeah,
Was it men kit or men's supplies, guy supplies? It was just like underpants and socks and weird stuff. That was cool.
there's a lot of them.
Yeah, there's also a knitting one and like snacks, healthy snack. The biggest one in the UK is Grays, and it's just a bunch of healthy snacks. That
Yeah, I've seen a lot of food ones. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, yeah, so I told Jason that I wanted to switch, and then 3 days after we were talking about that, I randomly got an email from a subscription service that does wine, meat, and cheese boxes. So now I don't know, feel like I'm in a good spot.
That's really great. That is so good.
Yeah.
And how did you get the idea for that market?
I did a project last year for a coffee company, and it was a fun project. I was actually talking to them recently last week, and I was just like, oh, why don't I do that? You know?
Oh, that's nice. I like it. I like the idea a lot. And who knows, maybe you get more free boxes. So thank you.
I gotta test them out.
Yeah, exactly. Like quality control, guys.
Yeah. So.
So yeah, here's a question, and this conversation is not going to go too much longer.
Yeah.
But I think Mike, you bring up like this really, you brought up this really good point of like, all right, I know who all these businesses are that I might want to work with, and these guys are even contacting me. Now, Muthi, do you know how are you going to find your customers? That's what I'm interested in hearing.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I have contacts in a few publishing places, and I know an editor here, but I don't really know. Like, are we going to cold call people or pitch things?
Well, part of business development is definitely reaching out to people who aren't reaching out to you.
Mm-hmm.
So the ability to find customers is pretty important.
Okay.
So just think about that over the next week. I don't care that you might be niched down too much right now because if as long as you're staying in the same world, anything that you write is going to be applicable. It's just like you're just going to be kind of showing off. That's what it'll look like. It'll look like.
Okay.
But
doesn't that involve that I would need to have like a service ready for them to look at?
Not really. No, I mean there's a lot of talk in the other channels with the other mentors about having like an initial service offering, but I think that as consultants we can be more adaptable than that.
Okay.
I think that we can secretly have things that we're really good at doing, but the biggest the most professional thing that we can do is just listen to other people's desires and problems and things that they think are not going right in their companies.
Okay.
Right? And when we start listening to people, two things are going to happen. Number one, they're going to be like, oh, this person's really smart. Mostly because you're not saying anything. They're going to be like, oh, you must be an expert. And number two, what's going to happen is that you're going to keep the more people you talk to, the more you're going to hear the same problems over and over.
Yeah.
And that's when you start to develop things that you can sell people, right? It's really difficult to sell people something when you don't have intimate knowledge of what they'll actually buy, what they'll pay for.
Okay.
I think a lot of freelancers, they sell the solution, but they don't even know what the problem is.
Yeah.
So okay. Yes, definitely put together a webinar for the next month, but in the meantime, like, tell me who the heck you're gonna invite to this webinar. You know, like I think the next 2 weeks is going to be really imperative for you to dive deep into these forums, and if you have to, go back, you know, months and months into the past and see what types of people might be interested.
Okay.
And maybe even reach out to anybody who's a thought leader in the space. Like, there's a couple books written about the future of publishing. Reach out to those authors.
Okay, yeah. Follow some people on Twitter as well. Well, mostly for different types of publishing, but still in the same sphere.
Right. Right. So, and if it's a little bit too specific, or if this particular market is just not ripe for a consultant, you can back out of it a little bit.
Okay. But would I be inviting a thought leader to my webinar? Isn't that like a little bit intimidating? Hi.
I mean, that's who you want to have at your webinar. You want to have a collection of peers and potential clients.
Okay, right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
and who knows, maybe you'll make contacts, right? Like, that's important too.
Sure, okay.
Are we doing a live webinar or a recorded one?
No, it has to be live. How are you going to know the questions?
Yeah, you'll be doing, it won't be like this. It won't be interactive constantly. And so I'll talk about that. Okay. Like, it'll kind of be like a presentation, right? Like a PowerPoint presentation. You can use the software to queue up your slides. You give your presentation, and then there's a tool in the software that allows people to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll just answer the questions at the end. And everything gets recorded for you. And this is just your first webinar, so you're kind of like, it's an experiment for you.
Okay.
Yep. And you'll probably be doing, if this is the position that you end up sticking with, you'll probably want to do webinars at least a couple times a year.
Yeah.
It's just something you get to couple with your writing, because writing by itself can be, it doesn't necessarily reach out to a lot of people. And it's good to add personality wherever you can. That's what a webinar does.
Okay.
So, no pressure. Just, I want you to, well, yeah, I do want pressure. I want you guys to feel pressured.
Oh, I am.
Pressure.
Good. That means you're doing something right. If you're not scared, then you're not sacrificing, and positioning yourself is kind of the tale of sacrifice.
Okay.
Got it.
If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll probably call it a night.
Yeah, I need to get and think about what I'm going to be writing that will lead up to my webinar, what my webinar is going to be about.
You're already writing very well, so I think just continue on that track, and don't worry so much about the
company. So I did a lot of it, but I need to think about what they need right now. Anyway.
Well, again, I think you have really good momentum, so don't, like, it's never the content, all right? It's always the confidence and then the expert position. Well, the timing is something you can't really control. It's more like, if you're in a space that doesn't have a lot of thought leadership, well, then you don't have to you don't have to reinvent the wheel when it comes to what you're teaching people. You can take other industries and adapt that to the teaching here.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. You're more than capable.
I do.
Mike, did you have any other questions before we jump off?
No, I don't think so. Trying to think. Really, we're just going to start planning this webinar. And
Yeah,
just
it's just you know, you to plan a webinar.
okay.
Or I'm daring you to schedule a webinar. I don't really care about the planning. That's the question Muthi just asked. Like, I don't want you to plan it as much as I just want you to put it on the calendar and start telling people about it.
Not everything. Do something without research and planning. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah.
Well, you'll research and plan it.
I might just call it future-proof publishing.
You guys are smart, and the thing that you're missing is just seeing yourself succeed, right? Like, because when you see yourself succeed, it looks easy after that.
Yeah.
So it's a challenge. I'm challenging you.
Okay. Challenge accepted.
And yep, and I want to see another post. I like that you guys are writing. So write another post over the next 2 weeks. Schedule the webinar, and Muthi, I need you to tell me who the heck you're going to sell your services to. And Mike, you've obviously got a call on Friday, so just keep us updated on how that goes.
Okay, well, I'm going to record it.
Good. And that's it. You guys have your assignments. So you can catch me on Slack if you need me.
Okay. Thanks, Jason.
All right.
Sounds good. Yep.
Thanks.
Know how it goes.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Smoothie.